Hello, my name is Kohiro, and today I'm going to be showing you an in-depth tutorial on how to use the redstone torch, the redstone wire, the redstone dot, and all 4 stages of the redstone repeater. Let's get straight into it. First is the redstone wire, and probably the most simple thing of today's video. The redstone wire, you can see, has 4 different exit or entry points that you can give power to. But the redstone dot is just in the middle of the block. You change this by just simply clicking on it. You can change what state it's in. If I power this lever, you can see the lever powers the block, which powers redstone dust. And the redstone dust, because it's the wire version, will go into the piston and power it. However, if I do it with this one, because it's the redstone dot, and it doesn't connect into the piston will not power. Also, with the redstone dot, you can only change it if it's by itself. If there's a wire next to it, then it stays as the wire and you can't change it back. However, both the wire and the dot can both power their block, which can power anything next to it. So they both power the piston in this arrangement. They can also both intake power from any direction, so above and side and back. All the same for all of them. They can also both intake any speed, so one tick like that. Now moving on to the circuit for the redstone wire, you can see the wire goes up and into the lamp, so it will power. However, if I remove this redstone dust, you can see it just goes straight and not into the block, so the lamp won't power. And even if I do this, you can also see it goes into the lamp, so it will power. It's quite simple. If it doesn't visually look like it's going in, then it won't work. However, the only exception is if it goes up and into the block there. So even though here it goes off in that direction, because this redstone dust is powering this block, it will also power the lamp. And like that. The redstone torch reverses any input into it to the other output. So this lever is not powered, so the piston and the lamp are powered because they're getting power from the torch. However, if I flick this lever, then this lamp will be powered because the lever, but the torch will go off, so unpowers that. The redstone wire and the redstone torch can both be used to make a clock. So if I unpower this, you can see they will flash because this torch powers redstone, which then unpowers this torch, which then powers this torch, which then goes into this and unpowers this torch, which powers this torch, unpowers this one, which then powers this one, and see infinite loop. Just like that. However, I break one of these, it will just stop. The redstone torch can also burn out, so if I flick it too fast, you can see the particles came out of it, and it no longer works. However, it will work. All we've got to do is just update it and wait a minute, wait a second. There you go. It works again. Next up is the redstone repeater. If you power the back of it, it will power. Pretty simple. However, it only works at the back. If I power any other side of the redstone repeater, it won't do anything. So the back works, not the side, not the front, or the other side. You also have to understand hard powering and soft powering. Hard powering is when you got an input into a block from a hard power source. So the redstone repeater is a hard power source. So I power this, you go into the block with more power than the redstone dust would. So it would output and power the dust to power the lamp. A direct lever will also hard power, so that will also work. However, redstone wire does not hard power. So go into the block, not have enough energy to come out, and it won't power. But the lever still powers, so it'll power both directions, and power the lamp. The redstone repeater can also input any speed, and because it hard powers, it will just go round and round if I power it fast enough. I mean, I clearly can't do it very well. There we go. So it powers this one, which then goes around, powers this one, back around. However, if I remove one of the repeaters, it will just be a constant line. which I can't power or unpower. But that will work. And you should make it slower by adding ticks. Just like that. There are also 4 different ticks for a repeater. So this is tick 1. And if you click it, it will go to tick 2, 3, and 4. And then back to 1. So 2, which takes a little longer. 3, which takes longer. And 4, which is the longest. So if I flip this, it will take a longer delay to reach that one. This will show off their ticks. So redstone tick is instant. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, this powers first, then this, then this, then this, and then this. All 1 tick apart. However, we have this 1 tick, then 3 tick, 1 tick, 3 tick, 1 tick. Then you'll see this one will power first, because these 2 have more delay, so they'll power last. So let's use this in a real circuit. This lever will go around, power this repeater, which will then power this repeater and power this. However, this redstone dust will power the block, which will unpower the torch, so to bring this down. So in theory, this should go up and this one should go down. Just like that. However, let's say we have this circuit. It's the exact same circuit from before, but this time the lever is going to power this piston, which pushes this block over. However, if you put a block over a torch, it will start, because if you put a block here, the torch will power the redstone, which then go back on the torch, which will then power the redstone, back on the torch, redstone, torch, making an infinite loop, just like that. Let's see what happens here. Nothing, because this lever, because it powers the piston, which puts the block here, it's also unpowering the torch anyway, so it doesn't even do anything. But let's say, instead of just going directly into the piston, it has the torch, then the redstone. Then, this piston isn't already over the torch. So when you do flick it, you can see these 2 rapidly go up while the piston is over. And then you remove it, and it works again. Now this is quite a complex circuit, and if you don't understand it, it's alright, but basically, if we didn't have this here, this torch would be powered. So all it's doing is basically just making a very simple little clock. So what about this? You have 2 pistons on each side. You power the lever, it closes one side. But you want to make a door, but it closes both at the same time and opens both at the same time. I'll show you how to do that. All you need to do is get redstone, the torch, and a repeater, and probably a lever. What you're going to do, let's say this is where you power it from. You take that out and run it into the pistons. Okay, very simple. You take the other bit. Oops. This is part of decoration, but redstone blocks power. So I'm going to take it over here and go round into there. Just like that. Then if you add a frame around this, it works. All you're doing is connecting the pistons up. Very easy. But let's say you want to make this go somewhere over here, then work back again. Now it won't work. Because you can see this is bright red, and it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, so this doesn't power. So this is powering right here. You can see it reaches here, but no further. So if I power this, they all power. Basically what's happening here is if you look right here, so you can see my mouse, right here to power, keep focus on that. So this is 15, 14, 13, 12, all the way down to 1, then 0. And for any of you who don't know, 0 is off. 1, there's still power, 0 is off. So it won't power. However, a repeater will take a 0, so let's put a repeater there and reconnect it. Even though this is only 1 power, it'll go into the repeater and come out 15 again. So in theory, you've got an infinite power, which is why this game is not like real life. But anyway, now it works. However, you might see this side opens faster than this side now. That's due to the repeater. Repeater, that's 1 tick, so it's going to be slightly slower. I'll show you by adding more repeaters. Like that. You can see that happens. So how do you fix this? So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeaters here. To balance it out, what we're going to do is we're going to run it back into these pistons. But that doesn't do anything. It's the exact same. So you need something worth 5 ticks. You can do just 1 4 tick and 1 tick. Because this is 4 and 1, which is 5, which is the equivalent to this. So now you'll see they both open in sequence. So it also involves a bit of maths. Because 4 add 1 is 5, which is equivalent to 5 ones. That's just how it works. Also, a little warning, if you're making something complicated, make sure there's no water around, because water gets rid of all redstone. Sorry. And then you just have to basically rebuild everything you built. I hope I helped you learning redstone in this video. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, comment what you want next, and subscribe if you want to. And I've just passed 500 subscribers yesterday as I'm recording this, and that's amazing. Thank you, and yeah, bye.